Well, that's when everything's going crazy in your head. That's when you got to sort through all that kind of stuff. Why do you have to put your 2 cents in, but it's only a penny for your thoughts? Where does the extra penny go? That's a great one, Jacob.
That's a deep
well
one.
Done.
That's a deep one right there.
So where does it go?
It's a donation. It's a donation.
Just the thought gods?
Which guy are you? You go to Starbucks, your cup of coffee is $2.50.
Okay.
You're paying cash.
Okay.
Yeah, you just have $3 in your. I know you use the app, use this. You just kind of just throw it in there.
Okay, this is a great question.
Yeah, just drop it in
because
there. I hate change.
I don't like change either, but I always get that weird thing. Like, let's in your example, 50 cents. Okay, I have 50 cents,
which is good for parking meters. Those are key. Those are important.
Laundry, if your laundry machine goes out, which mine seems to do like every third day, just decides I'm not going to work today.
Sure.
But I always feel help me out, Starbucks baristas and people that have the tip jar. Take me through this. Is it disrespectful if I drop 2 quarters in there? I always feel like that's a little disrespectful as opposed to peeling off a couple of bucks and sticking it in there. I always feel like, here, you can have these quarters, or is that cool?
I have no idea. I would think that that's fine. Anything that you're throwing in there, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't give any tip. You know what I mean? So you go down the list of...
I guess if everybody threw in 50 cents, that's going to add up pretty quickly. Might be a good way to do it.
25% tip on a $2.50 coffee.
That's a better way to look at it. I feel better about that. The 50 cents is going in. Francis writes, did my Clippers winning Friday night ruin the rest of Slee's weekend? Hashtag Ask Slee.
Next question.
Okay,
so we got a lot of we have a lot of Lakers stuff coming up. So we're going to get into the Lakers and we'll get into all that. You know, you said something on Friday coming into the game, and I was like, Trav, this is a big one because, LeBron's back and this is important. And this, like, how many times have you said that this year?
Well,
every other game.
12 times. So
I've said it every other game.
Times.
Okay. Well, they're going to start building momentum, and this is going to start happening. Next thing you know, you're just sitting there. It's like another L for the Lakers. Enjoy the post-game show.
At least they do it on Fridays, like you've said repeatedly. To kind of bury them on a Friday night when everybody's out having a couple of beers.
Figure this team out.
Enjoying their night along the way.
So, yes, it did ruin the weekend, and thank you for bringing that up.
You knew Francis was going to pile on. Big E writes, hashtag Ask Slee. Did Slee walk into the first San Diego State Aztec tailgate he saw and loudly proclaim, Slee's in the house, beer me?
I couldn't. I came at the start of the second quarter.
Okay. Can I be honest with you?
I could tell this gets to you. This is great.
So I've developed a fondness for you over the last several months. I really do like you. I find you interesting. I find you funny. I like talking with you about the show. I like talking with you about life.
Interesting setup here.
I like all of these things.
Yeah.
I took a big mark down on you this morning. I really did.
I get it.
For the first time in a long time, we went the wrong way. Like when you told me that you rolled in to, and I get it. Like let's just say you're not really feeling it. I'll meet you there. It's your alma mater. They don't compete for big bowl games all that often. It's a decent football program, but this is an opportunity for them to do something they don't do. And you just roll in the second quarter. That's bad for your look.
Listen, second quarter I got in there, out by the start of the fourth quarter.
I'm okay
They got
with that part.
dismantled in the 2 quarters that I was there. I was present. It's a very frustrating game. Very frustrating game.
I'm okay with you leaving early. Like I'm all for leaving early. That's fine. But you got to be there from the start because you get the hype.
Let me give you
hoodie, nooner beers.
Let me give you the proper setup. So they're about to build their new stadium down in San Diego. I think it's done for next season.
Yeah,
okay?
Kirk said that yesterday.
I think it's done for next season. They also need their own home. There's a lot of factors that go into it. If I have a couple buddies in San Diego as well, I'm down to do it, exactly the way you just described it. I don't know who's coming up from Carson to Dignity Health at a place that's nowhere near campus.
Not making it any better.
Well, I'm just telling you that.
You're not making
That's
it
how
any
it's
better. This is one of those.
I'll
Look,
take the L.
If something bad happens to you, you get caught doing something bad. You just say, "Hey, listen, not great." I got there in the
Can I tell you what you were doing?
It.
Can I tell you what you were doing in the first segment? Yeah. Man, Stafford threw such an amazing ball. I'm like, don't do this. What are we doing here? Are we doing that against Jacksonville?
This is what you do. You very quickly deflect and go to.
It's not even deflect.
This is Ask Slee, and then this is what.
Well, we don't have an Ask Trav.
Thank goodness. Nobody needs that.
We should incorporate that.
John in Fullerton of Huntington Beach. We could do it one day. We could flip it on its head. When you're doing Craigslist transactions, what do you arm yourself with? A knife in your pocket, nunchucks, or brass knuckles? Hashtag Ask Slee.
Nunchucks, of course. Of course, nunchucks.
You do.
I'll knock myself out like I would.
But we all kind of, when you're doing something on Craigslist, right? You don't know the person. It's always one of those. Let's meet in a very public place. Let's make sure that we can do this. Like it's always that little. I don't know.
I think everybody's had. I mean, I don't know. People using Craigslist now the same that we were 10 years ago. I don't feel like that's like.
Well, there's OfferUp.
Where there's
a
Facebook,
whole bunch of different
Facebook does
things.
their whatever that
marketplace
is.
Or whatever. Yeah, but still, same idea. Maybe not by brand name.
Why does it feel like the moment you go into Craigslist, like you're in a different world?
Well, because you are.
You kind of are, right?
Yeah, well, it's like Thunderdome. There are no laws. You just kind of do whatever you want. You never know what you're going to get. And when you go to do that transaction, when you're going to go give your set of 1981 baseball cards to that guy that wants them, you've got your head on a swivel. You just want to make sure that nothing bad's about to happen.
Meet me in Venice. There's an alley.
Come alone. Right? You never really know.
Want to do it like during the day? No.
Hashtag Ask Slee.
1:30 a.m.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? This, I feel like, could start a whole thing.
Die Hard a Christmas movie? No.
Okay, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But there is a subset of people.
What is wrong with you guys?
Are you one of those guys, Sponge?
Yeah,
okay.
it is.
Tell me how it's a Christmas movie other than the
sell
fact
us.
it's set in December.
Travis and I are coming to your timeshare. We're interested. We're curious to know how this thing's going to go. We'd love to hear your
why
pitch.
It's a Christmas
I almost
movie.
got to watch it again, but
okay,
just
that's
for
not a
the
good
fact,
start.
just for the fact that it happens around Christmas, I love it.
Okay, but if we set a movie in July, does that make it a patriotic movie because it's 4th of July adjacent?
Yeah.
No.
If Lakers play on December 14th, is it a Christmas game?
No, but it's not a Christmas movie, right? Christmas Vacation
right.
is a Christmas movie. The Santa Claus is a Christmas movie.
Elf.
There's Elf is a Christmas movie. Die Hard is an action movie set in the month of December. That's the correct answer, right, Al?
I'm with you from the start. I think we were interested, Funch. We walked out. No timeshare sold. No timeshare purchase.
This kind of comes full circle on Ask Lee here. It's our last one.
Okay.
Ryan in La Jolla. When leaving a tip in the jar, do you make sure to wait until the employee is watching before you drop it in? Hashtag Ask Slee.
There's a baller move to it where they don't even know. There is that is a little.
You want
baller.
them not to see it?
No, as in if they saw it, they saw it. If they didn't, they didn't.
You're not holding it over the jar.
Right.
Hey,
they're pouring another Hey, we got a
here.
Frappuccino coming. They're ordering all this, putting a spinach feta wrap in the thing. I'm still standing there. There's something about, hey, if they saw it, they saw it. If they didn't see it, they didn't see it. Keep them moving.
It depends on what you're doing, right? Like if you're throwing in your 50 cents, you drop it in the jar
just start
and you keep
whistling.
it moving, right? But if you're feeling, maybe you're having one of those days, right? I'm going to drop a 5 in here. I'd kind of like to have the guy go, hey, thanks, man.
What if it's a place that you go to a lot, though?
Well, I see. Okay, if you're a regular place, you got to be a regular tipper, right? If you are the guy,
And they got to see you tip too.
but they know you at that point. Like they know
Trav,
that you're the guy that
dropping something in. Oh, what is this? Kind of looking around. Is this $2 extra?
You hold it up. You go. You got your 5 in the hand. You're like, hey, can I get a little half and half on the side? And then you just drop it in right when they turn around to look at you. That's how you.
There's probably like, what is he doing?
I'm the big shot. I'm dropping $3 into the jar.
But do you agree that there's something to just, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Just don't let it stop you from your timing or any of that
I'm a bad
stuff.
guy for a million reasons. Go ahead and add this list. I'd like them to see me drop it in. I know that's not. I have no good reason other than I'd kind of like them to know. Hey, I'm a nice guy. I'm a generous guy. Here's a couple of bucks. I'd like them to see that. I'd like to get a hey.
You know, it'd be the worst thing if somebody like after you is like, I just heads up. I left you $1.
That's a power move. I do. It's a dishonest power move, but a power move nonetheless. All right, Lakers. Here's the question: is this a championship team? As currently constructed, 24 games in, is this a championship team? I think that's the thing that we got to get squared away. That's the thing that we have to figure out moving forward. 877-710 ESPN. That's all coming up next. Travis Slee, 710